Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So the MPC X platform, I just want those of you to consider the MPC X platform itself. Now that the DAW software had been announced, that you can really pick up an MPC X used for under $1,000. Realistically, you can do that. You can find it. And because of the desktop software being announced, you'll be able to run a plethora of software, fast sample loading times. Basically, you'd be limited to the resources of your desktop computer, which most of them at this point right now obviously are far, far greater than what's actually inside the MPC itself when it's in standalone. So if you're someone that's willing to want to be in the studio and have your MPC sort of anchored in the studio, and you don't mind using the actual desktop software, you would definitely, on the cheap, be able to purchase an MPC X. That's the red and black model that was originally introduced in 2017. And more importantly, you would have the full implementation of screen control. So screen control is the API layer that basically marries the hardware of your MPC model to the software. And the X platform is the only MPC, at least right now, that utilizes at least the fullest version of that at this point right now. And so the Q links, which are addressed 4 at a time on screen control when it relates to the live 2, and so forth, and the keys models and the 1. What would you end up having is you would hit a toggle button on those models, and each time you toggle, you would get the 4 knobs of functionality addressed only at one bank at a time. Whereas here, you would have it simultaneously accessible all at one time. And that alone, I think, not having that ability discourages many users to take advantage of the actual Q links on the other models. Okay, so for example, I can go in here and I can change my loop points right here. I can scroll up and down. So if I want to go in here in the first loop point, right here, for example, and I can go in here and scroll and come in, right? And this is on the actual arrange mode right here. If I have to go in and change a track, now I'm on a drum track. Instead of touching screen, I can address it like this, all right? If I'm on, in some instances, these 16 Q links, which marry majority of the functions that are on the main page, if I go to tracks view, even though the functionality sort of looks different, this still retains. So I can still control how many bars I want something, the loop points I need, turn time correction off. A lot of these things are just conveniently there on the Q links as you go. So, for example, if I'm on the next sequence, for example, and I'm on, let's say, a drum sound, and I want to solo that, I've got a dedicated solo and mute button here. So I can just solo this, or I can mute it. Mute the sound. I don't have anything recorded right now. But if I'm in the main page, and let's just say I got this keyboard sound, and I've got this metal grand, and I want to layer them, just hit shift, go to the next sound, and record arm, and there's my layer. Okay, so a lot of that stuff can be done from the Q links, and you know, it does take muscle memory like anything else, your motor memory, you know, but that'll all come when you start actually going through the process and through repetition and using it. And so why not learn that just one time? Okay, so again, like I said, for users that are kind of looking on the outside in and they're thinking about getting the MPC, I think looking or considering the MPC X might be a really wise choice, especially if you, again, want to use it in the studio. So anyway, any questions or comments? Until next time, everyone, peace out.